heart of Florida's great Northwest. It's radio. Indeed it is. This is Pat Crawford, hoping you'll stay with us for some music and conversation here aboard our stage studio located in the beautiful Museum of Commerce in Pensacola's historic village. And what an audience we've got tonight. Wow, you guys are amazing. Give yourselves a big hand. We are feeling the love, and if you couldn't get a ticket tonight and you're listening right now, I'm sorry, because you are really missing out. We are having a good time. We're going to have a great evening. We've got some great artists on tonight, and it's just a beautiful night here in Pensacola. We're going to start out tonight with an artist that I haven't had on Radio Live before. You know, I always tell the new artists that I say, well, you've not been on the show before, so we're going to make you go on first, which kind of seems backwards, but it's okay. This lady will have no problem whatsoever. Kipyn Martin hails from the beautiful Shenandoah Valley, as do I, so we have a lot in common. So she's got to be great. You know that. Her most recent album, Dance Across the Sky, received the coveted Gold Award in the Mid-Atlantic Song Contest for the song God is Love, her third Gold Award, adding to previous wins in 2013 and 14. Additional accolades include being honored by the Washington Area Music Association with their Whammy Award for New Artist of the Year in 2015, and multiple nominations the following years for Songwriter of the Year and Folk Contemporary Vocalist. With a voice often compared to Joni Mitchell, Kipyn also tours the country with Alison Shapiro in the duo show Joan and Joni, a tribute to the music of both Joan Baez and Joni. Please join me in welcoming Kipyn Martin.
Keep your lantern lit, won't you hold it high? Did we miss the train or was it standing by? Keep your lantern lit, darling, won't you hold it high? For so long she had her bags packed and always ready to go for someone who left her waiting at the station long ago. She said, keep your lantern lit, won't you hold it high? Did I miss the train or was it standing by? Keep your lantern lit, darling, won't you hold it high? A fugitive from himself was he, the last time here they met. He rushed right past her to the ticket line, and on his way he went. He said, keep your lantern lit, won't you hold it high? Did I miss the train or was it standing by? Keep your lantern lit, darling, won't you hold it high? Something calls them to the station now, a whistle in the back of their mind. He hopes he'll catch her on her way somewhere. She hopes he won't leave her behind. They say, keep your lantern lit, won't you hold it high? Did we miss the train or was it standing by? Keep your lantern lit, darling, won't you keep your lantern lit? Baby, won't you keep your lantern lit? Darling, won't you hold it high? I've never heard the word live as loud as we heard it tonight. No, the love is quite quite palpable in the room. Woo! It's a little overwhelming up here, guys. No, it is so lovely to be here in Pensacola with you. Yes, as Pat mentioned, we are both from the Shenandoah Valley. So I was born and raised in West by God, Virginia. I'm from fantastic, we'll chat. From Charlestown, not to be confused with the capital, Charleston. And I went to Shepherd University, and I went to Shenandoah Conservatory for my master's degree. And when I was living in Shepherdstown, West Virginia, there was that train that just ran right through the middle of town and went through my REM cycle every night. So it made its way into that song that you just heard. I spent a lot of time in Harpers Ferry, West Virginia, where the confluence of the Potomac and Shenandoah rivers is. And I wrote this tune that I'll share with you now, overlooking that confluence up at Hilltop House. The birds were singing at sunset, and I think they helped me to write this too. It's called Nightbird. May this be the last lamentation, for my heart has lingered long, enchanted by a strange incantation. Growing weary, remaining strong. I heard the call of a night bird, singing sweetly so. The heart of a night bird. I swore she sang my song. For 10 long years, my dear, my darling, I wished that I could comfort you. I ran my hands across your darkness, from wanting warmth long overdue. I heard the call of a night bird, singing sweetly so. I held the heart of a night bird, swore she sang my song. I sit high song. Thank you very, very much. Yeah, Pat was very right about you all. I want you to come with me. I'm in Opelika, Alabama tomorrow. Anyone who wants to hit the road, come on with me. The last tune I'll share with you today was inspired by Facebook. Yeah, it's hard to admit that I have a Facebook account. No, it's an important way to keep track of people and fans. But the suggested friends list, right? Yes, thank you for the giggle. That's exactly what I'm going for. That's exactly right. There was someone who came up in my suggested friends list that I hadn't thought about in a very long time. And I thought, you know what? That person deserves a song, so I'm going to write a song about that person. And this is also my way of shamelessly plugging my Facebook page. I'm trying to learn the art of shameless self-promotion because it seems like what songwriters are supposed to do. So it's Kipyn Martin on Facebook, facebook.com/KipynMartinMusic. And thanks for the tune. Let's do it. Violet, how could I forget? How you used to dance when you would dance just for me, just for me, in the full or the empty hall. Oh yeah, we relished each close call when you would open up and then I'd follow a new gravity. It brought me to my knees. Though I never tried, I know I couldn't have broken free. Desire so strong for you, it turned the seas inside. Violet, try as I may, I don't regret. When we came of age on the darkened stage, how we kissed, how we kissed. Though your heart was elsewhere sworn, you know I chanced the other scorn. 'Cause every time we touch, I was a child reborn. Oh, new gravity, it brought me to my knees. Though I never tried, I know I couldn't have broken free. Desire oh so strong. For you it turned the seas inside of me. I passed you today walking with your husband and your children, and I can't help but think of what might have been. Oh, the hands of fate, you know they cut the line between us. But it's amazing how some feelings withstand. I'd hidden in you some secret pieces of me. You planted in me something growing, something free. Violet, how could I forget? Used to dance when you would dance just for me, just for me. I wish I'd had the chance to say, oh, before you walked away, how grateful I was for every day your new gravity had brought me to my knees. Though I never tried, I know I couldn't have broken free. Desire so strong for you, it turned the seas inside of me.
Thank you so much. I look forward to seeing you again very soon.
Thank you, Kipyn. Kipyn Martin. I knew you all would like her. I just had a feeling of that, yeah. She will be back with us in the second half of the program, and the program is Radio Live, coming to you live from the Museum of Commerce in Pensacola's historic village and broadcast on WUWF 88.1 FM. We are listener-supported radio from the University of West Florida. This guy up here with me on the stage right now, he is no stranger to Radio Live, I can tell you that. In fact, you know, I'm actually a month late because usually if it's September, it's Grant, because the couple of times that before we had the Radio Live 25 and before we sold tickets, this thing we kept going in the tank. So a couple of times we had to go off the air for a little while, and we would always come back in September, and I always invited him to be on the first show. So I'm glad that that's not the reason tonight that he's here. But Grant Peeples is a seventh-generation Floridian and a former expatriate, having spent 11 years on a tiny island off the coast of Nicaragua, where he installed the island's first flushing toilet. That's important. With a voice No Depression magazine said sounds like a 57 Chevy with glass mufflers, and songs that the radio blog Routes and Branches deems smart, strong lyrics that mean something and say it in a way you haven't heard before. He continues to receive rave reviews for his writing and performances and has even been heralded as the Woody Guthrie of the new millennium. I've lost track of the number of albums he's produced and poetry, books, et cetera, but I know he's working on a new project he's really excited about. He'll probably talk to you about that tonight as well. But please join me in welcoming my good friend, Grant Peeples.
This is the first song I wrote after I came back from that island in 2006. It was on my first record, which has been out of print for a while, but I just got it back into print. This is called Grant's Talking Blues. Well, Well, I'm the kind of fella that doesn't talk much. I usually stay in my seat and keep my mouth shut. But the last couple years, I started getting depressed. The popular culture had me all upset. For a while there, I thought I was gonna fold. I was starting to wig. I was losing control. So I set upon a self-therapeutic move, and I picked up this guitar and I wrote Grant's Talking Blues. And there were narcissists on the left and fundamentalists on the right, and madmen in the middle, not a savior in sight. I was overwhelmed by the lies and the danger and the doom. Your king had no clothes and there was an elephant in the room. I've seen coddled kids indulged in obese, relating to the world through computer screens, oblivious to the demise of our fragile planet and how the economy was killing it and they were just trying to expand it. I've seen the love of money had a nominal effect upon who your kids were and how they would act. No, it was the worship of money that was sinking their ship. It made them soft and self-centered and spiritually unfit. And there was hip-hop and NASCAR and American Idol and iPods and porn stars and virtual battles. Immediate gratification hummed a collective groan, promenading through shopping malls while there was a war going on. You'd been duped and screwed by unscrupulous minions who gave away the store and stole the elections. And they started that war under false pretenses, then abandoned justice and our poor soldiers in the trenches. I started searching for answers like a starving dog, digging through this culture in search of a bone, something to hold on to, something I could believe in, something to make sense of all the madness I was seeing. Yeah, but all that was there was sentimentality and patriotic blindness and religious banality. Flag-waving fools had pawned the future. Now they were losing their grip and still digging in deeper. The American experiment, it was on the rocks, all high on its fumes and deeply in hock, stumbling forward through expanding bandwidth while leaving a hideous stain on our national canvas. You see, this is just a mall building culture, and it was in denial. Global warming kicked up, y'all just turned the dial. Bought bigger SUVs, burned coal, fertilized your lawns. But integrity's like virtue, man. You can't just turn it off and on. Anyhow, it was too late, and I despaired and turned inward, which for me, pathologically, is a dangerous venture. But I was lost and unbalanced. Things were terribly wrong. Thank God I found an antidote by writing these songs. And that's what I do these days, try to keep my sanity. I know this whole touring folk singer thing kind of comes across like vanity, but after 50 years of living, I finally see how things work. We live life forward, but then we have to figure it out in reverse. And so America's a broken dream, civilization's a bust, but I've learned to manage my disappointment and mistrust. That's the point of this song, that's the gist of all my tunes. But that's how this one got called, Grant's Talking Blues. La da 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 da, la da da, la da da. Well, Jesus was a revolutionary. He died in the electric chair of his day. He broke bread with them beggars, whores, and sinners, and he pissed off the rich with the things that he'd say. Well, Jesus weren't no citizen distinction, didn't pledge allegiance to your nation's flag. He come to town on the back of a donkey, searching for a stone upon which to rest his head. Long ago in a land of Galilee, come a man with a beard, long hair and dirty feet. They didn't like things he said, they didn't like things he taught. So they marched him up a hill and they nailed him to a cross. Yeah, Jesus was a revolutionary. He died in the electric chair of his day. He broke bread with them beggars, whores, and sinners, and he pissed off the rich with the things that he'd say. Jesus weren't no real estate investor, didn't have a pension or an IRA. He laid up all his treasures there in heaven, then he died in the electric chair of his day. Long ago in a land of Galilee, come a man with a beard, long hair and dirty feet. They didn't like things he said, they didn't like things he taught. So they marched him up a hill and they nailed him to a cross. Yeah, Jesus was a revolutionary. He died in the electric chair of his day. He broke bread with them beggars, whores, and sinners, and he pissed off the rich with the things that he'd say. Well, Jesus was a socialist. He had a communist agenda. Divvied up the bread and fish and he'd give it all away. He weren't no member of the Escambia County Chamber of Commerce. No, he turned over tables. Well, your deals got made, and long ago in the land of Galilee, come a man with a beard, long hair and dirty feet. They didn't like things he said, they didn't like things he taught. So they marched him up a hill and I nailed him to a cross. Yeah, Jesus was a revolutionary. He died in the electric chair of his day. He broke bread with them beggars, whores, and sinners, and he pissed off the rich with the things that he'd say. Yeah, Jesus was a revolutionary, and he died in the electric chair of As Pat mentioned, I'm working on a project now. It's different than any record I've ever made. I go to Texas this coming week. I'm going to make a record of songs, none of which I wrote. These are all songs that are written by women. And I had intended to release this thing in 2019 because it was going to be the 100th anniversary of women getting the right to vote in this country. It's so impossible for me to even think about that. My grandmother was born in a time when women could not vote here. So I had this whole plan, and I'm going to be a few months late. It's coming out in 2020. And these are all women who are friends of mine. Many of them have played here. Carrie Elkin, Talisha Williams, Caroline Spence. I don't know if Dana Kurtz has played here or not. But we're going to do a song. We were back there, and this is how I am. Most musicians have better sense than me. I have never played this song out. And these guys have never heard it, so I figured.
It's true. We asked him to play something, and he was like, no. Yeah. We don't want to ruin the suspense.
So we're searching for some lightning in the bottle here. That's one metaphor. Train wreck is another possibility. But it's live radio, so how bad could it be? I heard all of the songs on this record I didn't, like I said, all of these women are friends of mine, and I didn't like go out hunting these songs. All of these songs found me in a live setting, just like we're here tonight. And they all made their way into me, and then they just never left. And I heard this song at South by Southwest about 6 years ago. Dana Kurtz was singing it, and yeah. And so anyhow, we're gonna give it a shot. It's my thoughts on the song is that that no matter how. Another thing I'm doing, I'm not changing any pronouns, so I'm gonna sing it right from the woman's point of view. But I know that no matter how committed we are in a relationship, how much in love we are, that we still have these dreams that sometimes happen. So this is called Venezuela. That was such a lovely dream. Streets were golden in the sun. I've never been to Venezuela, but my family was all there, and my mother looked so young. In Venezuela, it looked like Brooklyn, but the streets were twice as wide, and children danced around the trees, little tops and little Sufis, while their mothers watched inside. Oh, Fernando, I'm so sorry for the love you saved for me, but my heart is locked forever now in yet another lover's dream. And he approached me like a prince. He said he'd love me his whole life. He said he knew that I'd be here and that he'd waited all these years, and I was meant to be his wife. And my sister was so jealous of the love he had for me. She stomped off across the square, rigid arms, flying hair, and her skirt had many layers, and it bounced like Sandra Dee's. Oh, Fernando, I'm so sorry, but what was I supposed to say to a man I never met? Well, you're the one who got away. Spoke to me so gently. He was such a noble man, handed to me like a daisy there in the presence of my family from his dark and trembling hand. Said, Fernando, I can't stay here. That's when a bell began to chime, and I opened up my suit, and from inside my bony chest he picked a paper valentine. supposed to say to a man I never met? Well, you're the one who got away. Oh, Fernando, I'm so sorry for the love you saved for me. My heart is locked forever now in yet another lover's dream.
Thank you, Grant.
Well, hello.
Mr. Grant Peeples. All right. Grant will also be back with us in the second half of the program. The program's Radio Live, coming to you live tonight from the Museum of Commerce in the historic Pensacola Village. That was real artistry. You got to witness it live. And I'm telling you, I got to hand it to these guys who are about ready to introduce. You know, that's when you get up on the stage with Grant and he comes up with one of his great ideas, it's like, I'm going into this burning house. Follow me. Come on, it'll be fine. And they did a fantastic job.
There you go. Kind of like getting on a ride you can't get off there.
These guys are no strangers, also to the Radio Live audience and to audiences all along the Gulf Coast. Daphne natives and brothers Noah and Josh Thompson put their guitars together many years ago and formed Roman Street. Since their college years, they've been developing their own take on many types of music and have been dubbed the next generation of jazz fusion. I know they have a huge following that's here tonight because I see faces that I don't see all the time at Radio Live, but they came in masses tonight.
Thank you all. Thank you.
So I'm not going to waste a lot of time telling you even more about them because they are incredible and you love them, as we know, and that's why you're here tonight. So without any further ado, let's welcome Roman Street.
Very much.
Well, we're so glad to be
Thank
with
you.
you here with you guys today, and we just love playing here. You guys are all so great. Thank you for coming out and
Thank
supporting
you.
us. We really appreciate it. And we're working on a new album right now. We've been doing that all week, and we're gonna have it out probably by the beginning of next year, so probably February or March. And so we're really excited about that. And I think we're gonna do a new one for you guys. Is that okay? Do a new song?
We're going to try a new one out.
Yeah, we haven't played this live. Well, we haven't played this live either. So this is kind of a theme tonight. Just playing stuff that we don't really know. You know?
We're 1 for 3 on
But
songs we
that
played
was fun.
before.
Play with him, right? I mean, we met him like 10 minutes ago, and he said, "Hey, I want y'all to play a song with us." And we said, "Okay." And he said, "Well, okay, so it's an F." And I was like, "Are there any other chords?" He's like, "I'll tell you later."
He's
like,
like,
"We'll
it's
figure it
called
out."
Venezuela. You guys got it.
He's like, "There's an F in there for sure. You'll figure out the rest of it." Okay, great. See you out there. You know, yeah. So, anyways, here's a new one for you guys. I haven't come up with a name for this one yet. So when you listen to this, if something comes out and you just feel inspired and hear a name, then come tell me afterwards at the CD table. So we're gonna name this one here pretty soon. This will be, I don't know, new one, untitled. I don't know. We'll figure it out.
Thank y'all. First run through, man.
You made it.
Radio Live, man, 2019. This next song is one that I composed a few years ago. Actually, several years ago now. This was on our 2016 project. So this would have been in 2015, and I woke up that morning in Dubrovnik, Croatia, and I got on a cruise ship and spent the entire day on the Adriatic Sea and went to Venice. And I sat out on the balcony of my little room there on the cruise ship. And I was reflecting on a guy that I had heard playing in the town square that morning. He was, playing for tips and wearing his traditional, I guess, Croatian garb, had a little red hat with a tassel on it, and he played this little groove, and I just loved it. And I walked by him in the morning, and I walked by him when I had lunch, and I walked by him later that day. And so I tried to come up with a song for that. And some of our friends and fans that live here in Pensacola, I know they love this song. They asked that I play it tonight, so I wanted to make sure that we got it in. This one's called Adria.
Thank you, Josh. Thank you, Noah. The Thompson Brothers, better known as Roman Street. And they will be back with us in the second half of the program. We're heading into the second half of the program right now. Everybody having a good time? Awesome. Just a reminder for those of you listening at home or wherever, you're not having as much fun as we are. But we do this program live the first Thursday of every month down here in the Museum of Commerce. Tickets will go on sale tomorrow for next month's show. It could be a great lineup. I don't remember because I can't remember hardly who's on tonight, much less a month ahead. But you can get ticket information at wuwf.org/RadioLive, and you can find out all about it. We also archive all of the programs. We are videotaping them, and we have our own YouTube channel. It's just WUWF Radio Live. And you can go and you can watch many of the programs, maybe even see yourself if you're in one of the shots. Which I must compliment everyone tonight on the front row. I always insist that people on the front row, please, if nothing else, look interested, stay awake. There's some of the older shows, I've looked at them, people nodding off behind these artists, they're playing their hearts out, and there's some guy with his chin in his lap right behind them. So you guys are doing a great job tonight. We really appreciate that. So we're going to roll on right now into the second half of this great program with our sweet friend, our new friend, Kipyn Martin.
I'm seeing some of y'all having some beverages in your hand. Some of y'all have beverages in your hand. I've got a job for you, because you might be a little bit looser than everybody else, right? I want you to try to sing with me, all right? Here we go. Let's try this. We go. Ooh, ooh. That's everybody if you want it. If you haven't been drinking, I understand, but you don't need to drink to sing, okay? Ooh, ooh. Keep it going. Ooh, ooh. Oh, Radio Live, you sound so good. One more time. So I wrote this tune about an experience I just had, kind of growing up. We were driving around just kind of doing nothing. We didn't know what kind of carbon footprint that had at the time in West Bygod, Virginia. And as I tour through the Southeast this weekend, I'm thinking about my carbon footprint. So I just want you to think about the characters in this song as driving around in a fuel-efficient car, okay? Oh, I recall your first sweet ride, that model built in '92. We drove all around our hometown in that car your parents bought for you. It was totally a Prius. Carefree were we, Madeline, the wind was blowing through our hair. It's now just a memory, Madeline, for now our days are fraught with care. And our worries climb from day to day, and I suggest we get away. And I recall one summer day when a song came on your radio, and we sang along, sweet Madeline, with words we'd only heard before. And that day things changed, sweet Madeline, 'cause my voice was ringing strong and clear. I've never felt this way before. It was coming from my heart, sincere. And you are a dream to me. You sang along in harmony. Ooh, oh Madeline, let's take a ride. We'll play the music loud, we got plenty of time to get nowhere in particular singing. Ooh, oh, be confident, you know it. Ooh, oh, I love you. Yeah. Oh, Madeline, I often ride down that winding highway in my mind. I hope that one day we'll arrive at the crossroads with reality. So on summer days at day's end, when of working we have done our share here in Pensacola, the wind is whispering through the trees and the fireflies, they dance on air. Oh, come away, sweet Madeline, 'cause my soul, it feels like dancing to maybe the Roman street music. Or just take those keys in this hand of mine. It don't matter where we're driving to, no it don't. Let the destination be unknown. Just start her up and let her go. Here we go. Ooh, oh Madeline, let's take a ride. We'll roll the windows down, we got plenty of time to get nowhere in particular, singing ooh. Oh, let me hear you, Pensacola. Ooh, one more time, for two more times. Ooh, nice and loud, last time. Cruising in that 92 Prius. I know you felt me. I know you felt it. Yeah, that song changes a little bit everywhere I play it. So, but I liked the palm trees and the Roman street music on this particular version of it. I don't know. It just seemed like it worked. So Amy Speece, of course, was supposed to join us tonight. The first time I ever played music, original music for anyone ever, was at this little coffee shop in Charlestown, West Virginia. And somehow I had the incredible fortune to open for Amy Speece when I was 16. I want to send our thoughts and love to Amy and her family at this time. And I'll send this song out to her as well. This is the title of my latest album. It's called Dance Across the Sky. Been running now, heading straight on into the unknown. Oh, it's strange how mystery's hands can build the walls of stone that keep me out from answers within. Where did you go? Where have you been? Was that your voice upon the wind? Saying there's nothing standing in your way, and it's open air, and you're free to fly. I know you're gonna be okay, and in time your soul will dance across the sky. Tears coming down, heavy and slow like a summer rain. Oh, it's strange how memories give and take take away the pain, the love that you taught, the lessons you gave. This moment is yours, never hesitate, no. Don't let it go to waste. And there's nothing standing in your way. And it's open air, you're free to fly. I know you're gonna be okay. And in time your soul will dance across the sky. I know someday that I'll trace the path you traveled down. 'Cause transformation is the fate of every living thing. I think of you each time my eyes are blessed to land upon a swallowtail on the wing. Friends come around, ready to shoulder up our grief. Oh, it's strange how sufferings end can offer some relief. Yeah, there are some things we can't overcome. Your body was just a setting sun. Oh, but your journey has just begun. And there's nothing standing in your way. And it's open air, and you're free to fly. I know you're gonna be okay. And in time your soul will dance across the sky. Across the sky.
Right, thank you all so much. Pat mentioned I've been doing a Joni Mitchell tribute show with my friend Allison Shapira. We've had a great time. I mean, I think we would love to see you guys down here in Pensacola sometime. All right, so if you see Joan and Joni in the area, or if you see Kipyn Martin in the area, or Roman Street, or Grant Peeples, come on out and see us. So I'll do my favorite Joni Mitchell song for you, No Pressure. A song she wrote for Leonard Cohen. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you for being you. And how you be. Just before our love got lost, you said, I am as constant as a northern star. And I said, constantly in the darkness, where's that at? If you want me, I'll be in the bar. And on the back of a cartoon coaster, the blue TV screen light, I
drew a map of Canada, oh Canada, and I sketched your face on it twice. Oh, you're in my blood like holy wine. You taste so bitter and so sweet. Oh, I could drink a case of you, darling, and I would still be on my feet. I'd still be on my feet. Oh, I am a lonely painter. I live in a box of paints. I am frightened by the devil, and I am drawn to those ones that ain't afraid. And I remember that time you told me, you said, love is touching the souls. Surely you touch mine, 'cause part of you pours out of me in these lines from time to time. Oh, you're in my blood like holy wine. You taste so bitter and so sweet. Oh, I could drink a case of you, darling. Still I'd be on my feet. I'd still be on my feet. And I met a woman, she had a mouth like yours. She knew your life, she knew your devils and your deeds, and she said, go to him, stay with him if you can, but be prepared to bleed. Oh, but you are in my blood, you're my holy wine, so bitter, bitter and so sweet. Oh, I could drink a case of you, darling. Still I'd be on my feet. I'd still be on my feet.
Kipyn Martin. Wow. Whew. That's all I can say about that. I wonder, this brings to mind something. All of our artists tonight have merchandise at the merchandise table. I advise you stop by there today on your way out from the show and pick up some of their music, some of their art. It is wonderful stuff over there, and that's very important to keep these artists healthy, because if they have to rely solely on public radio wages, they're not going to make it. So I urge you to go there. All right, moving right along. Once again, my good buddy, who knows what we're in for this set? Mr. Grant Peeples.
Thank you. So it's been 2 years since I played here last, and the week after I went home after I played, and my whole world got turned upside down. I have righted the ship since, but it was very traumatic. Well, how can you stand there with baby blue eyes and say that you love me while telling me lies? I don't know where you've been, but you sure weren't alone. I just found a picture of somebody's wiener on your phone. Well, I'll give a girl credit where credit is due and admit that your new guy, well, he's a straight shooter too. But you're a nasty little thing thinking you'd hide that bone. I found a picture of somebody's wiener on your phone. There's a picture of somebody's wiener on your phone. Well, you went to the shower, but you forgot one small thing. You left your phone on the nightstand and it started to ring. And I took a gander, and what did I see? One hell of a hammer staring right back at me. So never mind the dinner, I put my stuff in the car. I got the stash from the freezer and our cash from the jar. But there's just one more thing before I say goodbye. There's boobs on my iPad and they're twice your size. And so call me sometime and kiss my ass at the tone. I found a picture of somebody's wiener on your phone. There's a picture of somebody's wiener on your phone. I wrote this song, and after I wrote it, I called it Charlottesville, but I was just giving too much away with the song title, and now it's just called Pitchforks and Torches. Pitchforks and torches, razor and wire, and the river's dried up and the lakes are on fire. And preachers trump teachers and information wars, just kicking up dust and settling scores. Take 'em down, take 'em down, take 'em down, let the righteous reign. Take 'em down, take 'em down, now take 'em down, let the righteous reign. Pitchforks and torches and a vulture on a wire. The river's dried up and the lakes are on fire. And preachers trump teachers and information wars, just kicking up dust and settling scores. Take 'em down, take 'em down, take 'em down, let the righteous reign. Take 'em down, take 'em down, now take 'em down, let the righteous reign. flag waves in a hallelujah nation that is handling snakes. And friends are now foes and foes are now friends, edging up to the ledge where the ending begins. Take 'em down, take 'em down, take 'em down, let the righteous reign. Take 'em down, take 'em down, now take 'em down, let the righteous reign. Take 'em down, take 'em down, now take 'em down, take 'em down, take 'em down. So I just left Tallahassee today. I'm out on the road now for a little over 3 weeks. And so I wanted to bring something over here that I could like share with I went and picked all my okra, and so I've got a whole bag here. It'll be over there at the CD. I can't, I think there's enough for one piece for everybody. And you can, one of the things we did when I was a kid, we'd take a piece of okra like this, and Mama would put it up in a cabinet in the house, and we'd let it dry, and then we would put a little hole in there and a string, and then we would paint it, and they make like really nice Christmas ornaments if you want to do that. But you can also eat okra raw, by the way. A lot of people don't know that. Like, I'll just demonstrate. You can eat it raw. But that'll be over there. I also have, I do have this thing. The name of this record that I'm making is called Bad Wife. And it's a song written by a young woman by the name of Allie Holder out of Austin, Texas. And it sounds like a funny title, but it's a pretty serious song. But I'm trying to find people who want to kind of get behind this project, and if you think you might be interested, you can sign that while you're over there. You know, I'm not like the president where you have to do quid pro quo, and like it's not like you don't get okra unless you sign up on the thing. But so I'm gonna read you a poem out of this book that I came out with last year. I call it a poem because it's called Louisiana Bridge. The Atchafalaya Basin Bridge spans some 20 miles of Louisiana swampland. And I'm out here near the bridge's center at 3 a.m. on a Friday morning on my way to play in Houston, Texas. I've been driving for 14 hours. I'm weary but wide awake. I'm chewing on a mouthful of gum, which is an old how to stay awake tip I got from a truck driver in Carolina. You ain't never gonna drop off to sleep, he told me, if you smacking on some bubble gum. So I'm smacking, and this masticating commitment to not falling asleep at the wheel on a bridge in Louisiana is now fueled by a chemical concoction of Red Bull and BC powder. Yeah, I'm sitting up straight and I'm cruising pretty good, because this is no place to not pay attention, I tell you. The bridge has a history. There are stories, and they're not pretty, about people who never made it across, people who had to face the fiery consequences of having lost focus out here. So I got both hands on the wheel. There's no music playing or anything. I don't want any music. I don't need music. I don't even like music. No, I've learned that music will interrupt my train of thought and make me forget what it is I should be thinking about. And I hate that. So I'm just listening to the whine of the wheels on the bridge. I got my high beams on, got my mind on the job at hand, and then I see a glint of eyes in my headlights. What the hell? Some inbred Louisiana lowlife Duck Dynasty son of a bitch has dumped off a poor dog out here on this bridge. But what I'm feeling is not anger or rage. What I'm feeling is panic. Panic and an uncompromising need to try to save this dog. An immediate, visceral responsibility for his fate, his imperiled life, his dire predicament. He's probably 50 yards in front of me now, trotting toward me eastward against the traffic with his tongue hanging out. So now I steer to the opposite rail of the bridge, and I hit the brakes hard and come to the stop. I keep a leash in the glove box, and I quickly grab it. I've got some sardines in the back, too, and I figure maybe I can coax him toward me with the sardines, but what the hell am I going to do with him then? Once I get him in the car, I've got a show in Houston in 12 hours. Wait, I know. I can drop him off at a vet in Houston this morning, get them to check him out, and hold him till Monday, and then I can pick him up on my way home from Austin. I mean, I already have 3 damn dogs, but I'll just have to work it out. I'm sure the dog, he or she hadn't been fixed, probably has fleas and worms and all that, and it's going to cost me a small fortune to get him healthy. But what am I supposed to do? I am not leaving this dog out here. Sure, he made it this far, but he doesn't have a chance in hell of getting off this bridge alive. And if I don't save him, the buzzards will be picking at his bones by noon tomorrow. So I turn off the car, but I leave the headlights on. And I open the door and I get out with the leash in my hand. For some reason, the loud drone of buzz and croak coming from this Louisiana swamp gives me pause. But then I realize the dog is really moving along, and I don't have time to dig the sardines out of the back of the car, and I'll just have to try to catch him, convince him to come to me. So, "Hey there, buddy," I hear myself say. And I sound pathetic and inauthentic. "Hey, buddy, I'm not going to hurt you." And by now he's really close, and he hadn't changed his pace a bit. I can hear the tickety-tick-tick-tick of his toenails on the bridge. I can hear him panting. And he doesn't stop or slow down or come toward me or run away or anything. He just goes right by me like he's on the way to an appointment or something. And as he goes by, he cocks his head a little, and he looks at me with sort of a grin. And that's when I say to myself out loud, "Well, I be a son of a bitch. It's a coyote." I'm going to do 2 songs I might be going over. I hope they'll ask me. But I always think every time I play here, I won't get asked back. Yeah. This is a song I wrote. This is a song I wrote from my ex-wife, who endured living with me and some serious issues with substance abuse. After she took off, I waited 10 years and wrote this song as an amends. I had a friend, a version of the song. I had a friend, Elizabeth Williamson, heard it and said, "Oh, I really like it, but what if you wrote it from her point of view?" And so I went back and retooled it. So this is essentially my ex-wife singing to me. This is called "I Am Empty Now." If you could find a love like the one you dream of, would it really be enough to keep you happy? I see no end in sight, and there's no blinding light to light your troubled path. If you need help, I hope you won't ask, for I am empty now. If you could find a place, one that keep you safe, would you even crawl that way? Or just stay in your storm? I see no end in sight, and there's no blinding light to light your troubled path. If you need help, please don't ask, for I am empty now. And every truth you try to latch on to, it takes you down, won't see you through. The dust that you kicked up, well, I would give if I still knew how, but I am empty now. I see no blinding light, and there's no blinding light to light your troubled path. If you need help, don't ask, for I am empty now. Yes, I'm all bled out, and I am empty now. Thank y'all so much. Thank you, Pat, Dale, Tom, Enid, Jenny, all these people who volunteer. It takes a village to pull this thing off, and I really appreciate all the work everybody does to make it happen. This is a song I wrote shortly after I moved back to the United States after living overseas. Got back, and Florida was in a deep, deep mess. And we had a governor who was a pretty smart guy, and smarter than his brother. He decided what we needed was a new state song to liven things up, and he held a contest, and I entered it and lost. In the middle of the winter, when you need a vacation, come where the sun and the sand is waiting, right down here at the bottom of our nation. I'm talking about Florida. Yeah, come on down to the Sunshine State. I'll bring your money, check out the place. Well, chances are you'll decide to stay. Hell, everybody else does. Well, there's 1,000 new residents coming down every day. They're all moving in and buying up the place. They're filling in the swamps to make some more space. And man, we're starting to need it. We got snake farms and alligator wrestlers, more state executions than anywhere but Texas. Shuffleboard and wet t-shirt contestants. Man, you gotta see it to believe it. And come on down to the Sunshine State. We'll bring your money, check out the place. Well, chances are you'll decide to stay. Hell, everybody else does. Well, we're #1 in lightning strikes, snake bites, alligator and shark attacks. Got 1 million illegal aliens to sack our trash, clean toilets, wash dishes, and cut the grass. I'm telling you, it's heaven. We feature one golf course for every man, woman, and child. We cut down the trees and you get to see for miles. Don't it seem like a place you could kick back a while? Well, dude, it don't get no better. So come on down to the Sunshine State and bring your money, check out the place. Well, chances are you'll decide to stay. Hell, everybody else does. We got these federally subsidized sugar plantations. They're bigger and richer than European nations. They own our politicians and hire all the Haitians. It's what you call a sweet deal. Well, everybody said it was some kind of joke when we said it ain't over till your brother counts the votes. And 10 years later, y'all elected Rick Scott. Woo! It's what you call a state steal. And come on down to the Sunshine State. I'll bring your money, check out the place. Well, chances are you'll decide to stay. Hell, everybody else does. Well, our school system rates higher than Mississippi and Louisiana. Though we ain't up there with Arkansas and Alabama, 10% of our children wind up in the slammer, and that's gotta count for something. You see, we ain't got no state income tax, 'cause we stick it to all the Yankee tourists to make up for that. A service-based economy's what keeps us fat. That and a lot of fried mullet. And come on down to the Sunshine State. Well, bring your money, check out the place. Well, chances are you'll decide to stay. Hell, everybody, everybody, everybody else does. Thank you so much.
Grant Peeples. Woo! All right, I had a little chat with Grant a couple days ago. I said, now just remember, the scene has changed a little bit now, and the Panhandle is a little bit more conservative than it used to be, so you got to go easy on the politics. Obviously, he didn't pay any attention to that conversation, but anyway, we love him anyway. All right. Okay, we're running a little bit long because somebody went too long too, but that's okay. But I know you all probably might be a little bit restless. You want to get up and move around. Well, I got a good reason to get up and move around right now. In fact, I'm surprised that when Roman Street did their first set, you people weren't coming out of the chairs. So the RadioLive mosh pit is not very big, but you can do the best you can. Just welcome once back again to the show, Roman Street.
Thank you guys very much. So one of the cool things that happens when you become a professional musician that you don't anticipate is sometimes one of your compositions, you sit down and you write it and you record it and you play it out, and then a couple years go by and a bride calls and she says, will you play that song for me when I walk down the aisle? And that's the first time that happened to me. I kind of teared up a bit. I said, I never thought that I could write something on the level, such that a woman would want that music to be played at her wedding ceremony. And so this is the song she was referring to. It's a song we don't play very much, but some of our friends here in Pensacola, I know they love it, and I've had the opportunity to play it in a couple of your ceremonies, and I hope you like this one. It's called Hope.
I'm going to do one for you guys now. This is one of my personal favorite songs of all time. I know we all have our favorites. This is definitely top 5 for me. It's called Besame Mucho. And it's been redone so many times by thousands of artists probably, but one of my personal favorite versions is by a guy named Andrea Bocelli. I love him so much. He's so great. And so we're going to do that for you guys now. This one's called Besame Mucho.
Thank you.
Thank you guys.
Thank you guys very much. Hey, Josh and I, we always play this when we come to Pensacola. This is one we learned over in Europe years ago. It's a little gypsy jazz for you. People tend to like it when we do that. But mostly because I think it makes Josh and I play as fast as we possibly can play. This is me and Josh with like the pedal to the absolute floor, okay? But this is one called Dark Eyes. We hope you guys like it. Thank you for the pints, sir.
Oh yeah, thanks, man. We appreciate you. Over
We'll
there.
do that again anytime you want. This is for you.
Roman Street. Yeah. Woo.
Thank you, guys.
All right. This is Radio Live. Special thanks to our artists tonight, Roman Street, Kipyn Martin, and Grant Peeples. Major support for Radio Live comes from our beloved Radio Live 25. If you are one, you know who you are. If you want to be one, talk to me. We can make that happen. Radio Live is a production of WUWF Public Media at the University of West Florida. Our technical director and broadcast mix master is Mr. Dale Regal. Our house sound is engineered by Tom Skinner. Master control this evening is being masterly controlled by Bob Barrett. Our videographers are Teresa Clark, Corbin McCoy, and Chuck Dunlap. Our video director is Quentin Williams. Our house managers tonight are Trish Allison and Jenny McKeon. Our stage manager is everyone's favorite Jewish mother, Enid Siskin. This is Pat Crawford reminding you to keep your mind on your drive-in, your heart on the coast, and your dial on public radio. Good night, everyone. See you next month.